because we look at their plants, they fall under the grass family. We have the ones we classify as legumes. We have the ones we classify as forage crops. We have the ones we classify as spices. We did classification of crops under economic value up to 10 or 11 classes. Each of those crops have the same or have economic value. So when the economic value of a particular crop is the same as the other one, we classify them together and then keep the name. So we have different classes of crops based on their economic value. We also classify crops based on their morphology. When we talk about morphology, we are talking about the seed leaf of plants, seed leaf of crops. You notice that some crops come with one seed leaf. They have only one seed leaf, while some comes with two seed leaves. A crop like maize, you look at the seed of a maize, it cannot be divided into two flat parts. It is just one full seed leaf. Then if you look at a seed like groundnut, you pick a groundnut seed, you notice that it has two seed leaves, such that it can be divided into two. So we classify crops like that into dicotyledon, that is monocotyledon, one seed leaf, and dicotyledon, two seed leaves. That is based on their morphology. Then we also classify crops based on their lifespan. How long will it survive? How long can they survive? Classification of crops based on lifespan. There are crops that are planted, they grow, they germinate, and are harvested within 1 year. Such crops are classified as annual crops. Their lifespan lasts within 1 year. That is from 0 to 1 year. They don't cross from 1 year and above. Those crops are classified, or they are called annual crops based on their lifespan, how long they survive. Then we have the crops that their lifespan is within 2 years. 2 years. They use the first year for vegetative growth for themselves, that is gathering of the food in their roots for themselves. Then the second year is for them to now flower and bring out fruits. Such crops are classified as biennial crops. Biennial crops. Their lifespan is within 2 years. Then the last set was the perennial crops. The perennial crops are those crops that spans within 2 years and above. And we made mention of fruit crops. Fruit crops like mango, fruit crops like apple, fruit crops like which other one? Mango, apple, orange. When you plant them, guava, they will grow, but they will not bring out the fruits in the first year, neither second year. Most of the times they will not even bring out by the third year. They will need a span of like 3 years before you start seeing the flowering and bringing out fruits. So such crops are classified as perennial crops based on their lifespan. Based on their lifespan. They are crops that their lifespan, their period of planting, germination, growth, bearing of fruit is within 2 years and above. That is more than 2 years. So today we'll be looking at the last classification of crops. By next week we'll be going into classification of animals. We have classified crops, so we'll go into classification of animals, because when we talk about agricultural science, it has to do with two things: crops and animals. So classification of crops based on their food nutrient value. We know that the crops we plant are used as food that we eat. Now each of these crops have their different nutrients, their different food value. Crop A might not give you the same thing that crop B gives to you. Cassava will not give you the same thing like beans. While eating it, cassava will provide some nutrients in your body that beans cannot provide. So beans will also provide some nutrients in your body that cassava cannot provide. So each of these crops have their basic food nutrient value. So today we're looking at the classification of crops based on the food nutrients, what they give to you in your body as you eat it as food. Food is one of the basic necessities of life. In fact, it is the most important necessity of life. I said earlier when we were discussing about the origin of agriculture, I said that man in the olden days we call wanderers. Their basic need was food. Because at that time their mind wouldn't think of building house, living, clothes, whatever. Their mind was based on how can I eat and survive, because the means of survival now is what? Food. Most of the people you see around us, early in the morning, they open up, take their bags, take minutes, they are off. Everybody is fighting for one thing, means of survival. And that means of survival is basically what? Food. Because no one will go a day without taking food. Whether you are on fast, you need to break the fast and you need to eat. Because it's what gives you energy to continue to live, to survive, to do work. But if it is a clothing, shelter, there's a people that can stay from January to December, they can wear the few clothes they have. In fact, they can actually tell you the number of times they have bought clothes for a full year. So that means clothes is not the basic necessity. But they cannot count the number of times they have eaten for 1 year. They have lost count, because that one is the basic necessity of life. We must eat. Because the food we eat is a means of survival for us to be able to carry on for the next day. The body's body needs energy to work. And the body energy that it needs is the fuel, which is what? Food. It's not clothes that will enable us to work. It's not car that will enable us to work. Neither is it house. The body needs fuel to work, just like the car needs fuel to move. If there is no fuel in the car, it cannot move. So if the body does not have food that will provide the energy for the body to continue to work, the body will break down. So that is why we say that food is the basic necessity of life. While the rest, like the clothing, the shelter, are other necessities, but not the basic ones. The food is the most important necessity of life. Food supplies us with nutrients to support life processes and activities. Food supplies us with what? Nutrients. When we eat the food digests in our body. The nutrients will now be absorbed into our bloodstream. As the blood circulates around the body, the nutrients circulate around the body. And wherever the nutrient is needed, it will go there. So the nutrient, that's why when you eat, you rest, you wake up, you revive, you feel revived, you feel energy in you. Because the food you have eaten has been digested and have been absorbed into your bloodstream. So as the blood keeps flowing, the energy keeps spreading around the body. And you are strong again. When there is adequate supply of the important food nutrients in our meals, in their correct proportion, the food is said to be balanced. When there is adequate supply of food nutrients in the food that we eat, that is why we say we have what we call breakfast, lunch, dinner. There are some good for breakfast, there are some good for lunch, there are some good for dinner. The combination or mixture of these food will give you balanced diet. When you continually eat one particular kind of food, that particular kind of food will only give you one particular nutrient in your body, meaning your body will be deficient of other nutrients. So when the meals we eat contains all the necessary nutrients needed in the body, we now say that the food we have eaten is called what? Balanced diet. Because it is balanced. No nutrient is missing or is deficient, and no nutrient is too much. Everything is balanced. So these nutrients that we are talking about that has to be present in our food include carbohydrates, proteins, fat and oil, mineral, and vitamins. That is the classification of crops based on food nutrients. The nutrients include carbohydrates, proteins, fat and oil, minerals, and vitamins. Now we'll look at the crops that gives us carbohydrates in the body. Those crops that are sources of protein in the body. Those crops that give us fat and oil in the body. Those crops that supplies minerals to the body. And those crops that supplies vitamins to the body. I will look at the function of this functions of those crops. When we eat it and they have this carbohydrate, what does it do in the body? The proteins, what functions does it carry out in the body? That leads us to this step. The first nutrient here was, or that we mentioned, was carbohydrates. Now, foods that you eat that will provide carbohydrates in your body are maize, rice, millet, cassava. Millet is what we use in producing baby food. Yes, cereals. All these baby food that people eat. This is what is used in producing quaker oats. It's gotten from millet. So we have rice, maize, millet, cassava, potato, yams, sugarcane, mango, banana. If you notice, sugarcane, mango, and banana are sugary sort of fruit. Now, those fruits contain sucrose, which is converted into carbohydrates in the body. Banana is sugar, isn't it, when you eat? Yes. Yeah. Mango also has almost the same taste like that of banana. Sugarcane, that one we don't even talk about. From the word sugarcane, you have sugar there. And sugar is a product of the sucrose. So when the sucrose present in those crops, fruit crops we mentioned, is converted into carbohydrates in the body. So what is the function of carbohydrates in the body? It supplies heat and energy to the body. Gives the body energy to supplies energy to the body. That is the function of carbohydrates. So when we eat these foods, it provides carbohydrates in the body, which gives the body energy to work. Then we have proteins. Protein is one of the nutrients that is present in the food we eat. Protein. Now, what are the examples of food that we eat that will provide us protein in the body? We have groundnuts, we have fish, although fish is animal product. We have soya bean, we have meat of animals. Can be goat meat, can be cow meat, provide meat. Then we have egg from the hen that lays egg. We have beans, milk is also a product of animal. Cow pea, etc. Now those are examples of food that we eat that will provide us protein in the body. Now what does protein do? What is the function of protein in the body? For growth and repair of worn-out tissues. These are body have tissues. Now these tissues, as the body reproduces more tissues, some will be worn out, while the body might also help in repairing some. That is why you don't see anybody grow and still look young till the day the person dies. You will grow, and as the time passes, the more you grow, the more you get older, the more your face, your outer appearance also changes. Meaning your body is getting worn out. So the protein will supply try to repair the worn out tissues, just like the part of the car that is worn out. You will not say, oh, buy spare part and put, buy spare part and put. You don't have spare parts. So the only thing that the food we eat will do is just to help to repair those. That is why it's very, very important that we know what we eat. Because what we eat can kill you and can also make you to do what? Live. For example, if you eat a food that, or you drink things that affect your kidney, that means you want to die young. Because who will go and donate kidney for you? Now that a lot of body parts are so expensive in the hospital, even the transplanting of kidney and other parts of the body is costly now. So it is good that you carry the original one that God gave to you. If you buy a phone and you have the original charger, it powers the phone very well. But the day that charger spoils, that is the day you begin to have headache on that phone, isn't it? Because you need to look for a charger that will have the power that. In fact, if you carry that particular one, another person borrow the charger from you and charge. By the time you want to use it to charge your phone, it begins to have issues. Because it was not the original one that came with the phone. So the same thing with the body parts. So we know the food we eat, so that it protects our body parts. Protein will only help to repair worn out tissues. Tissues in the body that are worn out, that are dying off. It helps to repair them, make them come back to life and function well. Because most of these tissues are actually blood vessels where blood can flow. Fat and oil is another nutrient that is supplied through the food we eat to the body. And the foods that give us fat and oil include groundnuts. We know groundnuts, we have oil in groundnuts. We have coconut, we have oil palm, that is the red oil we use in our food. Oil palm, we have soya bean, then we have butter, and then we have palm nuts. Palm nuts. Those are some of the examples of food that provide fat and oil to the body. Then fat and oil does what to the body? It provides heat and energy. Gives us energy, keeps the body warm. The body warm. We are warm-blooded animals. We are not like fishes that are cold-blooded animals surviving in water. Our blood has to be warm. So fat and oil keeps the body warm, gives energy to the body, and